Hello my people, it's your girl Fumi Wonders. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing on how to earn an extra income, especially in this economy that we have, where inflation has eaten deep into the economy. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking on how you can earn a little extra income in this season. As we all know, inflation has really eaten deep into the economy of this country, especially even in the whole world. Every country is battling one inflation or the other, but I want you to know that you can earn that extra income, especially in this season. But before we move right into the video, I want to say thank you to all my returning subscribers. And if today is your first time on this channel, I want to say welcome. Click on the subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that each time I drop a new video, you'll be the first to get notified. Thank you. Let us move right into the video. Like I've said earlier on, that I'll be discussing on how you can earn that extra income in today's economy. But before I talk on that, I want to talk about inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is increase in prices of goods and services in the economy. And as we all know that in Nigeria especially, cost of living has worsened as inflation has really eaten deep into the economy. Inflation can make it difficult for you to meet your financial obligations, and so this makes life generally to be very difficult. That is why this video is very important for you to listen to. So I want you to sit right back and enjoy this video. Thank you. As we all know, in Nigeria, gas price, petroleum and all these essential commodities has really gone up every day. Every day prices go up. So you ask yourself, how do I earn extra income in this kind of economy? Even the salary that you are earning is not enough for you to sustain. Talk more of you earning extra income. But I want to tell you this day that you, yes, you, I'm talking to you, can earn extra money in this economy. So you ask yourself, how? Then I will tell you how. You really need to make some changes in order for you to avoid running into debt. Because one thing about inflation is that prices will go up every day. In order for the government to be able to maintain inflation, prices go up every day. So you need to actually make changes in your lifestyle in order to be able to sustain yourself financially. So number one thing I'll be discussing in today's video is you make a budget, and if you already have a budget, you update your budget regularly. Yes, you need to have a budget on how your income will be spent, because if there's no budget, then you spend your money anyhow, and before you open and close your eyes, you find out that there's no extra money to save. You need to set a budget for yourself. Okay, this is my total income for the month. These are my essentials, these are my needs, these are my wants. So you need a budget to help you to be able to save more money and to be able to have that extra income you have always wished to have. And how do you make your budget? Number one, I would say that you set your priorities. What are the necessary things you need to have as a family man, as an individual, or as a parent? You know, your house rent is very essential, your feeding is very important, your transportation is very important, and if you have children, school fees are very important. So you set your needs according to priorities, and when you set your needs according to priorities, then it helps you to be able to spend your money wisely. Because if you don't set these needs according to priorities, you find out that by the time the money has finished, even the necessary things that you need to get, you are unable to get them. Then secondly, under making your budget, I will say that you need to set a budget limit for things inflation might affect. Yes, there are some things that naturally inflation will surely affect them. Number one is clothing, number two is feeding, number three is housing. And so these three things are regularly influenced by inflation. So you need to set a budget limit for these things. Okay, for my clothing, this is how much I want to be spending every month or every quarterly or every yearly on my clothing. Also for feeding, you need to set limits. Naturally, for people that have children, you always want to buy cheese ball, you always want to buy all these fancy things for your children. But in this situation now, especially the way the economy is, you need to be strict with your spending. So you only need to buy things that are essential for your children and things that will make them more healthy, and not sugary things that will even affect their health. So when you are setting your budget, have it at the back of your mind that an amount should be set aside to meet unforeseen events. Then ideally, individuals should have like 25% of their incomes as savings in order to meet unforeseen event. So when you collect your salary monthly, you set aside 20 to 25% of it as your savings. I know it might not be easy. Many of us were in the attitude of saying even this old money is not enough. Yes, there's no amount of money that will ever be enough. Even if you earn your salary in dollars, you always have something to buy. But when you are prudent with your spending, it helps you to save more money, and you have extra income that you can spend on other things later. So set aside an amount or a percentage as savings to meet unforeseen circumstances. An emergency fund should be equivalent to your 6 months salary. Yes, an emergency fund should be equivalent to your 6 months salary, so that no matter the inflation, no matter the situation, you have 6 months salary in your account, and this will help you to be able to plan better for your life. And there's no inflation that will meet you unaware. You are always ready to meet your needs. Then secondly, I will move on to prioritizing your spending. Under your budgeting, we have said you should set your budget according to priorities, but in this second point, I will be talking more on priorities. You prioritize your spending. Yes, you prioritize your spending. Sometimes paying less for items might not be enough for you to save, so you need to remove things that are not necessary, things that you can do without them, yes, from your budget. If eating shawarma will cost you more, you don't have to eat it. You don't have to eat it. If eating junks will cost you more, you don't have to eat it. So you can remove them totally from your budget. Then give up on certain activities and expenditures that might cost you more, or that they are nice to have but not necessarily your need. So you need to cut these activities and expenditures that are just fun to have, not necessarily your needs. Then you can do your workout at home. Yes, you don't have to go to the gym to pay for a gym instructor before you do your exercises. If you go online, you will get enough exercises you can do at the comfort of your home. So you don't have to go and pay that extra money at the gym in order to slim down or in order to be in shape. So you can do your exercises at the comfort of your home. Then you can stretch the length of time in which you do your hair. We women, we are fond of every weekend I must do my hair to look good. Yes, it is good, but especially in the economy we have now, you really need to prioritize your spending. Well, if you have more than enough, you can as well go ahead and keep your lifestyle, but there are some of us that we really need to work on our lifestyle in order for us to have more savings. So instead of doing that hairstyles every week, you can lengthen the time. You can do it every 2 weeks. You can do it every 3 weeks. You can even do it every 2 months. That's why we have wigs. You can get your wigs on a budget. And so if you make your hair this month, you can give it extra month. You lose it, then you use your wig for the next month instead of having to go and spend that extra money in plaiting that hair again. So that will also help you to cut down on your cost. Then you can save on petrol when you take public transport. Sometimes in Nigeria now, the cost of fuel has really gone up. In fact, in my area, we buy more often black market, and black market prices varies. You can buy it 250 here, buy it 320 there, buy it 500 naira per liter here. Then you can try cutting on sodas, on taking drinks, on taking fizzy drinks outside. You can make your fruit juice at home and cut down on drinks that you buy every day. Making your zobo at home will reduce cost, you get a better health, and you enjoy it better than buying buying sugary sodas outside. This will also enables you to cut down on your expenses, and the money you are gaining from here and there helps you to be able to save more. Then it is that what you need to purchase now that is really necessary, why not buy it now? Why deferring it till later? Because I found out that the prices of goods today, by the time you go back tomorrow, the prices have gone up. So if you need a laptop now, especially if you are using that laptop for your work that brings in money, why are you deferring it till next month? Why not walk up to the laptop dealer and tell the laptop dealer that you need a laptop now? And even if your money is not up to buying that laptop now, you can make a part payment and come back at the end of the month to make the balance payment. Because if you tell yourself you are going to wait till end of the month, you find out that if the cost of a laptop is 500,000 today, by the time you go back there at the end of the month, the same laptop might cost you 650,000 naira, and so you are paying an extra 150,000 naira on that laptop. So whatever the needs are, why not start paying for them now instead of deferring it till next time? So doing this will help you to cut down on your costs and will also help you to be able to save more. And with all these that I've mentioned, you can earn a little extra income for yourself. So another point we'll be looking at is look for cheaper alternatives. Yes, look for cheaper alternatives. As prices rises, your previous purchases may no longer be possible within your existing budget. So consider on how to reduce the cost of this thing. And how do you reduce the cost of this thing? Is to look for a cheaper alternatives. When you get to the market, you get different kind of alternatives, starting from your body cream, your hair cream. You see different makers, you see different brands, and they have different prices. Even the water bottle you give your children, when you get to the market, you see the one that costs like 2,000 naira, you see the one that is like 500 naira, you even see a water bottle that costs 250 naira. So why not look for a cheaper alternative that will serve your purpose? With this, you reduce your cost. You can also go to the bigger market and buy in bulks. Yes, you can go to the bigger market and buy in bulks. If you buy in bulk, it reduces your cost, because if you say you want to buy your food stuff in your area, you find out that you are paying more for it. Like pepper, for example, in my area they sell a small waste basket size for 2,500, and by the time you get to the bigger market, you see different people that want to share a big basket of tomatoes, and you find out that the worth of that 2,500 will be like 2 dustbin baskets, and you are only buying one of it for 2,500. But if you go to the market, you can get 2 of that same size for the same amount of money, and it helps you to reduce cost a lot. So in order for you to get cheaper alternatives, go to bigger market, you buy in box, then try less expensive cleaning product. I found out that even cleaning products, washing soap, plate wash, detergent, prices as the least you can get start from 850 naira. And many people are now selling the one they make at home, in which you can even get a washing soap, a plate wash for 250 naira. And what's the purpose of soap? Is it not just to wash? You wash and you clean it with water. So why are you spending more on those expensive products while you can get a lesser product? Then why not consider locally made product instead of going for foreign made products? We all know that the price of exchange rate has gone really high. Now the cost of a naira to a dollar is more than 600 naira. So if you say you want to buy imported made goods, you'll be paying more for such goods, whereas you can get a locally made goods that will serve the same purpose. Look for cheaper alternatives. Sincerely, it will help you cut down on your cost and you earn extra income for yourself. By the time you reduce 50 naira here, 20 naira here, 200 naira here, 500 naira here, by the time you sum it up all together, you find that you have been able to save like 5,000 naira from your budget. It is a good point that you really need to look into if you actually want to earn extra income for yourself. Then I will also talk about investment. Yes, investment is also a good thing you need to consider. And when I'm talking of investment, I'm not talking of all these 419 investment. bring 80,000 now, by tomorrow you get 500,000, or invest in this, when you bring it, will be trading for you, and at the end of 1 year you get a double returns. I'm not talking of those kind of investment. I'm talking about reliable and tangible investment that you can put your money in, because actually any investment helps you to save one, then it helps you to be prepared for any kind of inflation in the future, because you know that if you put your money in the bank, the 10 naira of yesterday is not the same 10 naira of today. What am I saying? What you can use 500 naira to buy yesterday, by the time you get to the market, you can't use the same 500 naira to buy the same amount of things. Because if you buy a cup of rice for 500 naira yesterday, by the time you get to the market, the same cup of rice is like 600 naira, and you find out that even that your 500 naira cannot buy a cup worth of rice. So as good as saving in the bank is not the same thing, and it's not even preparing you for any inflation. So the best thing to do is to look for a good investment and invest into it. And how do you get a good investment is make your research. There are a lot of investments everywhere. There are a lot of things you can invest your money into. You can invest your money on land and properties. You can look for a business that you can invest your money in and get a good returns. You can invest your money in agriculture. Now in Nigeria, you find out that agriculture products pays more. You know, you don't have control over your economy, but you have control over what you save and what you invest. So stop nagging, stop complaining, stop blaming the government, stop blaming the system. Work on yourself, invest your money, save your money, reduce your expenses. This helps you to be prepared. This helps you to live a better life. You can also consider investing in shares, in real estate, in lands. So these are places, these are things you can invest your money in, and you know, in the later future you get a better return. Another thing I will also be discussing is reduce your debt and pay back your existing debt. Reduce your debt and pay back your existing debt as early as possible. You all know that when inflation is very high, interest rate will also go up, and you know, banks, when they loan you money, your interest rate goes up. Your interest rate goes up every day. So if you are already in debt, try to reduce that debt and start paying them back gradually. Don't say, I don't have that money now, I will pay it when I have it. You find out that by the time you now have the money, by the time they sum up your debt, you might not be able to free yourself from it. So start paying, maybe instrumentally, monthly, weekly, depending on how the debt is. And sometimes you don't even have to wait till the maturity date. You can pay off all your debt now if you have the money, because if your debt is like 500,000, it's better you pay it off now if you can afford it than leaving it for the next 5 years, because by the time they had the interest rate, you are paying more than 500,000. So reduce your debt and pay back existing debt gradually, and don't go into debt again. In fact, live within your means. Always take care of what you have so that it will last longer. You will see some people, even their clothes, by the time they come back, they just put it anywhere instead of them to dry clean the clothes and put it in the wardrobe. Some people, their shoes, they wear it anywhere. Take care of your things so that it will last longer, and by doing so, you don't have to be replacing things every day. You don't have to be buying shoes every month. You don't have to be buying clothes every week. And like I will always say, start small and grow bigger. Look for a business and start. In my previous video, I've discussed a lot of business that you can go into, even businesses that you can start with low fund or little fund. So you can check up on my previous video and gain more from it. So start something. That is how you can curb any inflation. Like I will always tell and say, is that your economy, you can't control it. The way inflation is, when prices go up, you have to eat, you have to clothe. So you still have to spend that money. And how do you get those money? How do you go get those extra money back? Because when you spend out, your resources is going out. Then how do you get your extra money that you are paying out? How do you get it back? You only get it back when you also have something to offer the society, when you also have a business that you are doing, when you have a product that you are selling, because it is what you buy, you sell. Or if you don't have that extra income, before you open and close your eyes, you collect your salary today, and before the end of 2 days, you find that there is no more money to spend. So in today's video, I hope you have enjoyed all that I've said, and I would like you to put it into practice, and you will see that you are able to earn that extra income in this economy, and nobody else will be a better person than you yourself. So thank you for watching, and if you are yet to subscribe, please click on that subscribe button, like this video and share it. Till another time, thank you.